Progress.me is a startup. We're sitting at Mink. We're working on develop digital tools for people with eating disorders. And I have been invited here today to talk a bit about how to reach your target group without spending lots of money. Okay, so first of all, it's super important to know your target group and also the people around your target group. And what you could do here is to find out like who is different kind of personas. If you haven't been working on that before, try to do that. It's super fun and super easy. And when you have got to know your target group, you have to start to analyze their behavior and analyze what they are doing, what kind of social medias are they using, which kind of apps, and so on. So from our perspective, our target group started with the young people. It's mostly girls, 12 to 25 years. But when we started to work with this, we also saw another target group that opened up for us, and that's the relatives and the parents, like boyfriend, girlfriends, family members, and so on. So by directing the advertising and the communication to the two different target groups, it's so much easier to talk to them. We have to speak different languages with the parents and the relatives, and another language with the young people. So what kind of apps and social medias and so on do the young people use? We could see that they are mostly on Instagram. They like to do like free stuff, things that gives them something where they can connect with other young people. So we started to do events. We also saw that it was a lot of young people who, instead of texting each other, they were using Snapchat. So we were thinking, okay, maybe we can start with Snapchat as well and do some advertising there. And it was super easy. So if you have young people as your target group, try Snapchat. It gives you a lot of effect. And also YouTube with influencers and short ads, short movies, that's going directly to your company website or your community and whatever you have. And for the relatives, we have to see what's their behavior, what kind of social medias do they use. And they are using mostly Facebook to talk to other people, other relatives, other family members that having a young kid with an eating disorder. But they are also using Instagram, and they mostly like pictures with small quotes on and stuff like that. And they also like events, but the difference here is they want to have more information, more knowledge about eating disorders, while the young people, they are more there to find someone who is understanding them. Yeah, and here you can see what we are using the most. It's Instagram, Snapchat, and events. And events is also doing kind of like we see everyone in our target group as family members. So try to be at the same spot and the same level as them. Yeah, and instead of spend a lot of money on influencers, big companies and so on, try to see, okay, what are we working with that is a topic that our target group likes. Don't be afraid of use that topic and try to reach out to your target group and use them as influencers instead. So for us, it's not we coming to the influencers are coming to us, because we are talking about things that they actually thinks that this is important, this is something that our followers and our target group should know about. And if we are using them, they also feel a better connection to Progress.me, and they want to continue the working with us. Yeah, and for example, instead of paying our influencers, we are working with micro-influencers. They are having around like 1,000 to 10,000 followers. Instead of like giving them money, we are inviting them for dinner, doing things with them, having events and so on, so they feel that they are one of us. And that was my advice. Is if you have any questions or anything, you can just come up to me after or whatever.
Or now.
Or now. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know exactly what to do. Questions?
Yeah.
I don't know if I need this, but what could you exemplify what an event would be? I mean, your target group is of course extremely specific and different from a lot of the ones that we would need, but just as an example.
Yeah, we can have different kind of events. For young people, we are talking about like how can you be stronger in yourself. It's more like people coming there. We usually have a speaker, someone who's talking, and then we have like a little bit of food after. More like we want it to be very very calm, and that we don't want too many people in the events, just because it's a very hard topic we're talking about and people are sensitive and so on. Like the last event we had, my sister was with me as well, and I have been having an eating disorder myself. That's why I'm working with it. And we were sitting in a couch, and we had like all the people were sitting there and watching, but she started to cry so much because she's my sister and she has been going through everything when I had an eating disorder. So so it's very like, we want it to be at the same level as our audience. But when it comes to relatives and parents, they usually want to have like maybe some professional that has been working with this a long time, maybe a researcher or something like that. But now on next Friday, we also do collaborations with other companies. So we're gonna have a big event at Moriskan because it's the Women's Day, and then we have different kind of artists and stuff like that that are talking about self-esteem and self-image in the event world or the music world and stuff like that. So we do that as well. We have small events, but we like take it in a niche directly to the people who we know are going to come to the event.
So just a follow-up question. So are the events a part of the marketing, or are the events part of
yeah, it depends a little bit. Some of the events are more for the marketing, like this thing next Friday is more for the marketing. But then we have like the events that where we're talking about the topic, where we're talking about self-esteem, self-image, about eating disorders and stuff like that. And that is actually for people who is having an eating disorder. So it depends.
Do you do all your own videos, or you get somebody to do those for you?
My own videos?
Yeah.
No, we have someone who does that. We like also when you work with a lot of people, you get to know a lot of people, and when you work with something, if you believe so much in what yourself are doing, then I think that people around you get so inspired, so they want to help you for free, and then everyone becomes a team. So yeah.
How many followers do you have right now?
Yeah, since we started in October last year, we had like 0 followers, and we almost had none at our community. But now we are up in 2,000, and we also have we have 2,000 organic app users, around 1,800 people in our community, and on social medias around 2,000 as well.
Wow, amazing.
Just a trick question. What is the business case? Do you earn money on it, or how do you?
No, not right now. Right now we start to work with the young people, because when we started to work with them, then we saw the parents and the relatives. They were like a new target group. So first of all we start to do tools and exercises and digital self-help tools for young people, but they're gonna be free for everyone. But then we start to make tools for parents and relatives, and they're gonna pay every month, just so that they also have the knowledge and everything how they're gonna do with their kids having an eating disorder, because it's very hard for them as well if you have someone and you don't know what to do, and maybe you can't go to work and everything. and then we're gonna start to work with the healthcare as well. But that's the next chapter where we stand right now. Yeah. Yes.
Out of curiosity, what is your conversion rate in terms of the people who actually see
yeah
the video to the people that actually...
Yeah, it's very different. We are using this some pixel thing. I am not working with that. I have someone else working with that, but it's very different. For example, on Snapchat the conversion rate is super bad, but we still have like so many people that actually are going into the site, so it doesn't really matter. When we took the Snapchat away, we saw like, oh shit, we saw that we saw that like people came in and they were looking at our web page, they were signing up to the community and everything. When we stopped using Snapchat, we lost so many people, even if the conversion rate was bad. So yeah, I can't really answer that question. Yeah.
So, as a customer, what benefits I get and the advantage of this?
How do you mean?
As a customer,
yeah.
I want to have an example. As a customer, what the benefits I get and the advantage of these benefits? What sort?
I don't know. I don't really know how to.
So your customers will be the parents?
Yeah.
So
right
why
now,
will
yes.
they be customers? What benefits will they have?
They will get free events. They will have all the digital tools and exercises how they're gonna do at home, and they will also have some e-learning that they can log into. But we're trying right now to reach out to psychologists and therapists, and we want them to have meetings with both the family members and the young people. So what they are paying for all these tools that they can go to every month until they feel that, okay, I can take care of this myself right now. But yeah, it's so much, like I really want to explain everything for you, but maybe we can take it outside later and I will explain everything about the healthcare and everything, how it is right now.
But isn't this like an increasing problem, and parents facing kids that have eating disorders, they're shocked and there's not a lot of information to get, and they're totally, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
So they need everything, all kinds of support.
Yeah, and that is super interesting as well, how you can do with, for example, machine learning, AI and stuff like that in the future, and how we're gonna deal with the parents, relatives and the healthcare at the same time. So we have a lot of things in our minds. Yeah?
I have a question. Your methods, they're based on your own experience, on what you went through, or have you had some medical
both. When I was sick, I was in the healthcare, like around the healthcare very much. I was going on something called day treatment, and also I went to the psychologist and everything like that. And it took a really long time, and I saw that there was a problem, that they are just focusing on calories, food and BMI, when they should be focusing on self-esteem and self-image as well, to build up someone from inside. So I was starting to see a woman in Trelleborg. She was having something called the Valbyhage Rehab Center, and she has been working with this for over 30 years. And she has also been working at Capiokliniken, but she started her own business because she wanted to work with something else. So to build up this, we have her methods, and we also have methods from cognitive behavior therapists. So yeah, that's where it comes from. But then it's also because what I had been feeling, and we try, like, I think that is also something good for the target group, because they feel very comfortable to speak with me, for example, because they know that I am not just someone talking to them about, I understand how it feels, so I understand what you have been gone through, because I actually do. So
and your denial process and all of this stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because that would be important for the
exactly.
Exactly. See the denial.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I mean, like, the families, they wouldn't believe if there was just someone talking about something. But when I actually have proven everything that I have been done so far, that is something for the families as well.
We've got a full array of doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists online.
Okay.
So you need to talk to me there.
Yes, I will definitely do that. Thank you. Yes?
Petronella? Big hand. Thank you.
Thank you.